Hello friends, welcome back to our channel. Today in part 6.5 of Mastering Parallel Programming series in C Sharp, we are exploring two approaches to handling a list of tasks. One using partitioner T-source and the other using audible partitioner T-source. These might sound a bit intimidating, but don't worry. By the end of this video, you will understand what they are and when to use each one. So before we get started, just a quick reminder to subscribe my channel, hit the red button and don't forget to click on the little bell icon. That way you will be notified every time I upload a new video. Okay, without any further delay, let's get started. Parallel programming using PFX, that is Parallel Framework Extension Libraries in C Sharp. If you have been following along with my previous videos in this series, you might recognize this diagram. In our previous videos, we have covered PLINQ, that is Parallel Link Queue, Parallel Class and Task Parallelism. Currently, we are learning concurrent collections. .NET Thread-Safe concurrent collections. In our study of concurrent collections, we covered several key concepts and interfaces. We delved into the iProducer consumer collection T interfaces and its implemented classes like concurrent queue, concurrent stack, and concurrent bag. Additionally, we explored concurrent dictionary T key T value. Today, our focus shifted to audible partitioner T source and partitioner T source. Partitioner versus audible partitioner in C Sharp. Okay, so let's first understand what is a partitioner. Let's imagine you have a big list of tasks to do, like cleaning your house, doing laundry, and cooking. It would be much easier if you could split these tasks among your friends, right? That's exactly what a partitioner does in C Sharp. It splits a big collection of items into smaller chunks that can be processed separately, often in parallel. In C Sharp, we can say that partitioner T-source provide common partitioning strategies for arrays, lists, and enumerables. So in a way, partitioner T-source is like handing out chunk of tasks to your friends without worrying about the order. It's great for scenarios where the order of processing doesn't matter. Now, if you see the structure of this partitioner class, so this partitioner class is nothing but the static class that comes under this namespace system.collection.concurrent, and it has various flavor of the create method. Now let's talk about the audible partitioner T-source. What it does, this is like a splitting task among friends, but making sure everyone follows a specific order. It's perfect for scenarios where the order of items matters. That's what I have written over here. Audible partitioner T-source represents a particular manner of splitting an audible data source into multiple partitions. Now, if you see this structure of the audible partitioner class, basically this is the abstract class that is inheriting this partitioner class, and it has couple of properties and methods like get dynamic partition, get audible dynamic partition, get audible partition, where we are passing parameters int partition count. Basically here we are going to give instruction to system, okay, create a partition, but as per our choice how many partition count should be. So we need to pass in partition count. Similarly for here also we are passing partitioner count in get partition. So this is the structure of this audible partitioner T-source class. Okay, so let's switch to the Visual Studio and see the implementation of these two classes. Okay, so here we are in Visual Studio. Here we are going to see the demo of the partitioner T-source. So the demo, what I have done, I have created one console application named audible partitioner versus partitioner demo that has program.cs. In program.cs file, first of all, I have added necessary namespaces at the top using system.collection.concurrent, using system.collection.generic, using system.link, using system.threading.task. These are the namespaces I have added at the top level. Then there is a class named program that has main method in entry point of this application. So first of all, I'm printing this statement into console way. But I'm printing demo of partitioner T source. Then what I'm doing, I'm just creating a task list that we want to process. That's what I have written like this. List of a string, task is equal to new list of a string. Here I have mentioned 10 tasks. Clean the kitchen, do the laundry, cook the dinner, and so on. Then what I'm doing, just going to create a partitioner for the list of tasks. So how do we create a partitioner for the list of tasks? It's very simple. We just call the create method of the partitioner class. That's what I have written, partitioner.create, and here we need to pass list of tasks as an argument to it. So this partitioner, what it does, it splits our list into chunks, but it doesn't guarantee the order in which these chunks are going to be processed. Then we perform the parallel processing using parallel.forEach. That's what I have written, parallel.forEach partitioner comma task goes to, and here what I'm doing, just printing processing task. Whatever the task is going to process, it is just going to get printed into console window with the help of this state. So that's how this program is constructed. Let me go and execute this program. Okay, so output got appear into this console window. You see this output, all the tasks are processed in parallel without any specific. That's what, if you see this processing task 2 got executed first, then 3, then 4, then 5th, then 6, 7, and then only first one got processed. I clean the kitchen, then 9th, then 10th, then 8. So all the tasks are getting processed in parallel without any specific order over it. Overall, we need to keep in mind two key points. Number one, whenever we are going to use this partitioner, it's just going to provide the parallel execution. It means tasks are going to be handled concurrently. Number two, no guaranteed order. It means the sequence of task processing isn't guaranteed. Okay, so now let's see the demo of the Audible partition T source. So first of all, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to create a same list of tasks we want to process. What I have written, this is list task is a string. Here we have mentioned 10 number of tasks in the kitchen, do the laundry, and so on. Then what I'm doing, I'm just going to create a Audible partitioner for the list of tasks. Here we are going to create it. Again, here we need to use this create method of the partitioner. Here I'm just going to pass two arguments, task, which is nothing but the list of tasks, and then enumerable partition option dot no buffer. So this statement ensures that tasks are processed in the order within each partition. Then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to perform this parallel processing using parallel dot for each method. Here what I'm going to do, I'm just going to call this get audible partitioner. Here I'm just passing number of processor count, right? So partitioner dot get audible partitioner, here I have mentioned 5. Then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pass second argument as new parallel option. Here I have mentioned max degree of parallelism is equal to 1. So here this, by setting this max degree parallelism is equal to 1, so what it does, it only allows one partition to process at a time, but tasks within each partition are processed in the order. That's what we are going to achieve with this parallel option. Then again, third parameter is the partition, goes to using partition while partition dot move next, and then just going to take this current partition where task partition dot current, and then finally I'm just printing this statement processing task dot value. Okay, so that's how this program is constructed. Let me go and execute this program and show this output to you. Okay, so output got appear into this console window, right? And if you see, first of all, this statement got printed, demo of audible partition T source. And if you see this task, it is just getting executed in the sequential fashion. That's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So all the tasks within each partition are processed in their original order. Since partitions are handled at a time, the order within partition is preserved. So here there are two key points. Number one, order processing that maintains the order of tasks within each part. Then second, serialized partition. So only one partition is processed at a time. That basically ensures sequential process. That's why we are able to see all these tasks got processed sequentially. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10 in the sequence fashion. Okay, so that brings me to end of my session today. To sum up, in this video we discussed about partitioner T source and audible partitioner T source. So you must have an idea that partitioner T source can be used when you don't care about the order of processing. It's simple and efficient for independent tasks. Whereas audible partitioner T source is useful when you need to maintain the order within each partition. It's great for order processing scenario. So always remember, choosing the right partitioner depends on whether the order of item matters for your task or not. So if you don't care about the order processing, so go with the partitioner T source. If the order is crucial, order partitioner is your friend. That's all for this video, guys. If you like this video, hit the like button, share it with your friends and colleagues, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done already. Thanks for watching. See you next video.